Hi and good afternoon to everyone. I'm Dieter Ancheta from BS Ed English 3.1. So now let's proceed to the multi-grade program in the Philippine Education or MPPE. The formal multi-grade program in the Philippine Education was launched in 1993. MPPE has the objective of improving access to primary education by improving complete grade level in all public elementary schools through the organization of multi-grade classes. It is defined as a class two or more grades under the responsibility of one teacher in a complete or incomplete elementary school. So, multi-grade program happen in the school if the school are located in a far-flung or mountainous places and the teacher are scarce and forced to teach many grade levels simultaneously. Scarce because it is a far-flung places. So imagine if you are going to assign in that kind of place. And I said the teacher are forced to teach, it is not literary forced because forced to teach because being a teacher, to teach a student is an obligation. So the DepEd continues to hold multi-grade program to ensure that that every Filipino students in a far-flung areas complete their basic education. So now let's proceed to the alternative learning system or also known as ALS. The alternative learning system is a parallel learning system in the Philippines that provides opportunities for out-of-school youth and adult learners to develop basic and functional literary skills and to access equivalent pathways to complete basic education. So, to be specific in ALS, this is to provide out of school youth 15 that age 15 to 30 years old an opportunity to complete their high school education in non-formal learning environment. So the student of ALS are free to choose their own learning strands or module as the ALS session and have more regulation of the learning pace of each student. Next is modified in-school, off-school approach. It is an alternative delivery mode of education meant and frees the children from the confines of the four corners of the classroom, as it allows pupils to learn even while at home or in the community. The approach makes use of self-instructional materials in different learning areas which learner can work on independently in a venue other than the regular classroom under the supervision of a teacher facilitator. So, um, the implementation of MISOSA also contributes to the following. First is resolving the issue of shortage of instructional materials. Second is improving classroom management. Third is promoting equal access and opportunity for learning. Fourth is institutionalizing systematic monitoring. Fifth is developing pupils' study habits for lab learning and self-esteem. And lastly, attending the unique needs of individual pupils. So, I realized that this is just one among the many programs of the Department of Education to cater the different needs of the learner. So, although this is the first time that I am able to hear about Misosa, I would say that its aim is very beneficial to the children who can make it to regular schooling due to some social and economic constraint. And what I find really interesting about this program was the fact that they take into consideration the children that are helping parents to augment their income. And we all know that it is no one's fault to be living in poverty. So now let's proceed to the National Career Assessment Examination or NCAI. It is an aptitude test geared toward providing information through test results for self-assessment, career awareness, and career guidance of junior high school students of the K-12 Basic Education Program. So, the NCAI is very important, especially to those grade 9 or third year students. It is because it helps them to know their skills and to know also the track that they are going to take in senior high school. And the importance of the test is to help the students to determine which courses they should take at for college. So next is mother tongue based multilingual education. It is on programs to serve learners of non-dominant language communities who do not understand or speak the language of instruction when they begin their formal education. So, the MTB MLE programs, students begin with what they know, their language in culture. Knowledge and experience as the foundation for learning in school, well planned and well implemented. MTB MLE programs produce students who are multilingual and multicultural and who contribute to their communities and their own nation's development goal. So, it is a form of education that emphasizes the use of language of the home as a medium of instruction. The movement of MTB MLE is an effort to establish equitable education opportunities for speakers of indigenous language. So, I also encountered this to my sister when she was grade 2 and I saw her test paper. The full content is using the pure Kapampangan language. Next is Flag Heraldic Code of the Philippines or Republic Act 8491. It mandates that reverence and respect shall be accorded at all times to the Filipino flag, the national anthem and other national symbols that embody the country's ideals and tradition, and express the principle of sovereignty and national solidarity. So, this is why every morning in school, especially in primary or secondary, we are attending flag ceremony, and also our teachers teach us how to recite properly, to act properly, and how to respect the Philippine flag. So next is the K-12 program. The K-12 program covers kindergarten and 12 years of basic education, 6 years of primary education, 4 years of junior high school, and 2 years of senior high school to provide sufficient time for mastering the concepts and skills, develop lifelong learners, and prepare graduates for tertiary education, middle level skills development, employment, and entrepreneurship. So, the K-12 system aims to improve Filipino students' skills in mathematics, science, and linguistics to further exhibit competence in global job market. So, with this new curriculum, the Department of Education promises to offer higher quality education through strands. Next is tracks. Each student in senior high school can choose among 3 tracks: academic, technical vocational livelihood, and sports and arts. Academic tracks include 3 strands: business accountancy, management or BAM, or all we know as ABM, humanities, education, social sciences, HES, or also known as HUMS, if I'm not mistaken, and science, technology, engineering, mathematics, or STEM. So I know every one of my classmates came from these different kinds of tracks. And now let's proceed to the TVET or Technical Vocational Education and Training National Certificate. So after After finishing grade 10, students can obtain certificates of competency or COC or the National Certificate Level 1 or NC1. After finishing a technical vocational livelihood track in grade 12, a student may obtain a National Certificate Level 2 or NC2. And provided she passes the competency-based assessment of the Technical Educational and Skills Development of Authority TESDA. And I think TVET is also known as TVL during on our high school days. So now let's proceed to the Nurturing Holistically Developed Filipino or College and Livelihood Readiness 21st Century Skills. After going through kindergarten, the enhanced elementary and junior high school curriculum, and the specialized senior high school program, every K-12 graduate will be ready to go different paths, may it be further education, employment, or entrepreneurship. So, before, since we don't have K-12 programs, the standard of employment before is if you are a graduate of 4 years in high school, you can apply a work na. And because before parang optional pa lang yung college sa tao because they always said that they don't have enough money to continue in college. But if you're a product of K-12 program, it means that you are more eligible to work. And because of those curriculum that we take. So, before I end my report, I would like to credit our editor, which is Miss Jacqueline Reyes, Serrano Sherilyn, and for the researchers, we have Mr. Alba, Miss Reyes also, and Miss Serrano, and lastly, Miss Tabamo Laika. And that's it for the group 6. Thank you for listening. I hope you learned something.